Poor hubby.
So CNN to lay off hundreds as TV group faces profound shift in news habits. What a profound shift in news habits? Are people vaping their news now? What do you mean? That's a long way to say no one trusts us anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, bad ratings are one thing, but when large chunks of the viewing public genuinely believe your news team is shape-shifting reptilians, that's a big sign that you suck.
It's what they call a lead indicator, Jimmy.
That's right. Hey, don't worry. I'm sure that there's someplace else where you guys can go and be full of shit. Like I don't know, try being a university professor, or how about a personal life coach?
I'll be a life coach. Jen Psaki's almost there.
Rob Schneider has already made an offer to buy CNN. 200 employees were fired today, which is a good start. No Apologies Media has officially offered to conditionally buy CNN networks. The dollar value must be based on the number of viewers. Therefore, No Apologies is prepared to offer $782 to buy CNN. I think that's a good offer.
It sounds like a lot, but with inflation, it's not.
It's, yeah. So is it 200 that they're laying off? Is that the number?
Hundreds, it says.
Hundreds. Wow. CNN has revealed plans to lay off hundreds. So that's at least 2, possibly 3. As employees, as the struggling television network's chief executive warned of profound and irreversible shifts in the way audiences engage in the news. Wow. Really? In a memo to staff on Thursday, Chief Executive Mark Thompson, different Mark Thompson, said 200 jobs, or about 6% of CNN's workforce, would be affected as CNN's traditional cable TV business suffers sharp falls in viewers. Wow. So, wait, you're not going to be able to take flights anymore? That's the only time I thought people watch CNN.
Is the profound shift we can't fly anymore? Are they doing the WEF thing?
Is that the profound shift? Really? So, good luck. You all sold your souls for nothing. Corporations have about as much loyalty as a scorpion, placing them just above entertainment managers.
I put them well below myself. I put them around porno directors.
The layoffs come as part of a sweeping restructuring as the media group looks to a future beyond traditional television. Thompson said the total headcount was not expected to fall because the company was investing $70 million into its digital business, which it hopes will reach $1 billion in revenue by 2030. Really?
Where's that going to come from?
I don't. Where's
investment? Because nobody's watching your stupid shit.
CNN is investing in a TV-like streaming subscription service. That will be. By the way, get your resumes updated, everyone, because this is really happening.
Wait, didn't they do that before and it didn't work?
They did that before and it didn't work.
They were going to give Chris Wallace a cooking show or some shit.
Yeah, they invested like $200 or $300 million into their CNN Plus or whatever it was called, right?
CNN Positive, I call it. CNN Pause, I call it.
CNN, yeah. So the group expects hundreds of new roles to be created as a result of this TV-like streaming subscription service thing. And it's really, they really think, wow. So basically, CNN is just going to start podcasting out of their garage to save money. That's what this means.
Yeah, that's just what it means.
I bet they get some impressionists to do call-ins to do centrist comedy bits that go nowhere.
Yeah.
That's what this is. I
like a nice centrist comedy bit.
CNN's going to try to be like Netflix now. Who would subscribe to that? They already did this once.
You know what, Jimmy? I looked it up, and CNN Plus, they launched in March 2022.
Yeah.
And it had fewer than 10,000 users per day 2 weeks after launching. And then they canceled it a month later after it launched. And it was also not compatible with Warner Brothers Discovery News Plan. So it launched March 22 and then shut down April 2022.
Wait,
Wow.
not
Business
compatible.
plan.
You couldn't watch it?
So some of that money is going into product and tech, but a lot of it is also going into new high quality journalism and storytelling, mostly storytelling.
Yeah.
They do a lot of storytelling already.
That's what I'm saying. So mostly stories that they made up stories. Who was appointed? So Thompson, who was appointed chief executive in 2023 with a mandate to restore the fortunes of the ailing cable network, has put digital growth at the heart of his new strategy as the industry faces up the challenge of long-term declines in traditional television. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was the problem with CNN's news. It wasn't digital enough.
Yeah, that needs
that's
to be...
that's where the fault lies. It's nothing to do with it's nothing to do with the content itself. Don't even worry about that. Just make it more digital.
The trend was laid bare this week as CNN attracted only a small fraction of the audience it had previously enjoyed for presidential inaugurations. Oh, no kidding. Don't you? That's amazing. Okay. Just 1.7 million households watched Trump's inauguration on CNN between 11:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. on Monday, down from 10 million in 2021. That's quite a drop. In comparison, more than 10 million viewers watched the inauguration on Rupert Murdoch's Fox News. Overall, television viewership of Monday's inauguration was the lowest in a decade. And yes, I like saying decade.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wait, it's kind of funny because they're like, there was as many people at his thing as Trump said. And like, nobody was at your thing watching you talk about it.
Less than 25 million Americans tuned in to watch Trump take oath as U.S. president, down from nearly 34 million who watched Biden. Because everybody tunes in to see a car crash. Mm-hmm. Everybody was wondering to see if he was going to fall down, if he was going to say, we're all made in our own likeness. You know the thing.
Right. Well, don't forget the people who were still suckers at the time who were like, finally, the adult diapers are back. The adults are back in the room. Yeah. That shit. There's a lot of that. That's a lot of disillusioned Jim Gaffigans is how I take that. You know how Jim at that dinner, he was like, but Trump is bad. And then he went to town on them at that thing, the other people, because he figured it out. I bet a bunch of people figured it out.
I hope it sounded like he figured it out at the Al Smith dinner. You're talking about Jim Gaffigan. So when
not that he likes Trump, which
no,
I'm not
but he figured out
that
the Democrats were just as big as liars and bullshitters, and yeah.
If you don't like Trump, you should be twice as mad at Democrats as anybody that voted for Trump.
That's right. Okay, here we go. The changes we're announcing today are part of an ongoing response by this great news organization to profound and irreversible shifts in the way audiences. So it's not about them sucking. It's about that Americans are shifting.
Yeah.
It's not about them. They're going from linear to digital, fixed to mobile, traditional long-form broadcast to any number of different. So that's not that they suck. So believe me, they're going to just suck in a new format. That's what this means. We got to start sucking digitally.
Hey, how about all these like foreign nationals like your Israels and I'm sure others who buy out huge chunks of the news for you to be puppets of them? How about you fire those people? You know, that'll probably help, and then report on things as they actually happen.
Not going to happen, Kurt. He added that the shakeup was needed to secure CNN's future as one of the world's greatest news organizations, adding that America and the world needs high-quality, fair-minded, trustworthy sources of news more than ever. That's why they come to places like this now. That's why they go to places like the Gray Zone and do Dissidents and how about
SpongeBob?
Glenn
SpongeBob
Greenwald
beats them.
Glenn Greenwald. How about that? HGTV beats CNN. How about that?
SpongeBob, dude.
Thompson flagged further plans for digital video, the launch of CNN's first lifestyle-orientated service. What does that mean?
oriented. It's lifestyle oriented. CNN was already lifestyle oriented. They weren't doing news. So this is going to be like Meghan Markle's living. like, you know, I like to put cucumbers in the water. Like that kind of shit. You rich twits, you suck.
They need to secure CNN as one of the world's greatest news organizations. Wow.
Remember on Netflix when Christiana Amanpour did a world tour about sex? Just the person you want to see that from, too.
Right. They're just filled with prompter chimps.
That's exactly what they are. You spread peanut butter on their mouth and it looks like they're talking.
Yeah. They've drifted away it's unbelievable. They're not reporters. They're not journalists. This because they're on a thing that says it's a news network, and they're prompter chimping. It makes them think, though, I must be a journalist. It's like if
they've been trained since birth. They went to the best schools, right? All these people trace where they lived and where they went to school. They all go to the same few places. And so they're being trained from childhood to be these puppets. And that's why people that are like working class, you don't see them in these fields anymore.
That's right.
You always hear about that, how journalists used to be working class. But at a certain point, they all got to go to Bill and Melinda Gates School of Bullshit Journalism and whatever, and then pretend like that legitimizes you as a reporter as opposed to actually reporting.
So is CNN entering a death spiral? Yes.
I wish.
That's a reasonable question when even network boss Mark Thompson admits that CNN could no longer exist. Of course, if CNN wants to reverse declining viewership, it could start telling the truth. But don't how you breath. Oh.
Don't hold your... Did you get auto-corrected, New American? Yeah.
Supposed to say New American. Maybe you should do a little proofreading of your tweets.
Posted from the New American's iPhone, it looks like, and their iPhone changed.
I'm not going to how my breath. I'll tell you that.
Don't you how it.
I'm not howing my breath because I don't even know what the F that means. But don't you how your breath. And don't you proofread your tweets. Alex Sherman says, from CNN CEO Mark Thompson, we plan to develop a new way for digital subscribers to stream news programming from us. This will be in addition to CNN Max. CNN Max. It's like CNN. You could. What is CNN Max? It sounds like you would go there just to watch them be topless or something, right? Am I wrong? CNN Max.
I think it's like After Dark.
It's like, oh yeah, CNN Max.
After Dark.
It's like Cinemax, CNN Max. It's
that's
like,
what I thought.
It's like CNN, but you can watch Jeffrey Toobin jerk off.
They don't cut away.
They don't cut away from it.
Max.
I'm Jeffrey Toobin.
Is this meeting almost over?
I guess that CNN Max. It does sound like it does sound like the reporters will be topless because that's the only thing that's going to get people back. By the way, you're watching CNN, and you know why.
Yeah. Whip them out, Anderson.
Whip them out. CNN lost $200 million after its launch of CNN Plus.
Oh.
And it was discontinued 1 month after they launched it.
Well, surely they get some kind of money from the defense budget to be such parrots for the Pentagon,
You would
right?
think.
I hope that's keeping them afloat. I hope they got a good deal where they're still getting money from the intel community.
Okay, over to Steph.
Okay, Jimmy. Thank you so much. All right, let's see what I have here. All right, I asked Rabbi Shmuley if I could join his dildo business. He told me to stick it up my ass. Colorado Watch. Thank you, Colorado. Much appreciated for that one.
Thank you.
Is Jimmy Dore Show aware of Susan Abulawa's moving Oxford Union address on Palestine apartheid? Seamus Warren, we are not. Thank you for the info and the link. Much appreciated. I love Whitney Webb almost as much as Misha D.S. Vogel.
Okay, you can turn off that AC.
All right. When they say news, they really mean corporate misinfotainment. You got that right, Vianticus. Jimmy, do a GoFundMe to buy CNN. Music 888. Nice thinking there, chum.
Oh, we should. We should do a give, send, go, and then we could buy CNN.
I want Alex Jones to buy it.
Wouldn't that be great?
Well, I bet you Misha could help us with that. She has always a lot of good ideas.
You know how they're suing Alex Jones?
Back to Jimmy.